Welcome to the Next Level Life podcast with Christine Corcoran. This podcast is made for the powerhouse businesswomen who are ready to ignite their fullest potential. This is where we will dive deep into the mindset breakthroughs and sprinkle in some kick up the butt motivation so you can scale your business with confidence and clarity. Whether you're craving more income, impact, or inspiration, this podcast will be your ultimate resource for all things next level. Listen in as we have authentic conversations with game-changing female entrepreneurs as we reveal the secrets on what it takes to rise and thrive. So go ahead, ignite your inner fire, and let's get you taking massive aligned action. Are you ready to elevate? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. So excited that you're here. Thank you so much for hitting download. Oh my gosh, so much happening behind the scenes that I don't even have enough time to update you, but lots happening behind the scenes for the Unstoppable Women event. I'm so excited for September. If you haven't booked your ticket yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get yourself in the room. It's going to be so worth it, every single penny. Obviously we're covering all the food. We're going to get you into the room with the most incredible experiences. I'm going to set you up with a curated connection and networking so then you can meet the next business partner, the next collaborator, your next business bestie, your next best friend, but also going to help you get the answers that you need in order to take your business to the next level. This year, I'm doing something a little bit different, and I don't want to give too much away because I want it to be so transformational. So obviously when I started the event, the whole purpose of it is to eradicate tall poppy syndrome. I want more women in business to feel so much more aligned with their purpose, to feel more comfortable with the visibility that it takes to take their business to the next level. I want them to feel safe to go after their big, ambitious dreams. And I want them to feel confident in the way that they put themselves out there without worrying about the repercussions of being seen, right? A lot of the time with tall poppy syndrome, we hold ourselves back because we're so fearful of people's judgment, they're fearful that people will tear us down. We're so scared to share our accomplishments and our wins because we're so worried about people judging us or not supporting us because we're too big for our britches. This has to stop in Australia, especially because for you to succeed in business, you're going to have to be more confident in putting yourself out there, and we cannot hold ourselves back anymore. And so I want to take you through what's going to support you to be able to do that more confidently in the future. So you need to get yourself in the room. I've curated such an incredible lineup of speakers. Annalise McCarthy is an incredible, successful voice coach, and she's going to help you use your voice. She's going to help you speak with authority. She's going to help you really put yourself out there in a more confident way. The beautiful Marissa from Dirty Copy is going to help you be surprisingly human in this AI world, and she is so much fun. Honestly, it's every time I've had her speak in my communities, she's an absolute game changer, and she shares such incredible content that's going to support you to implement it straight away. Then obviously MG, incredible game changer when it comes to AI. So if you want to be ahead of the game, you want to have your finger on the pulse and make sure that you are utilizing AI to save you over 15 hours a week every single week within your business, then you're going to need to learn from MG. And she is absolute powerhouse. So come along. It's going to be so worth your time and energy and your money. I know I'm asking for a big investment. Oh, well, it's not that big, but setting aside this time for your business and to get into the energy and surround yourself with other big thinkers and ambitious women changes so much more than just your strategy. And honestly, this is why I've always made events a part of my business strategy. Running events, attending events, creating opportunities for connections, expanding your network through events. It honestly is a big game changer, especially for women. If you listen to last week's episode, you know I spoke all about this around being a part of your growth strategy. So if you haven't thought about putting events into your growth strategy, is absolutely worthwhile because it builds such trust and such credibility. So get yourself in the room, book your ticket ASAP. Okay, there's more speakers to be announced. I want to announce the Women on the Rise panel really soon. And I also have the speaker competition out there as well. So if you would love to be on stage at the Unstoppable Women event, you can put yourself forward to be a guest speaker. So there is a competition that I'm running for this. And so feel free to head across to the Instagram page, unstoppablewomen.au, and you will see there is a carousel there which gives you a breakdown of what you win. You win the full recording, video recording, and photos of you speaking on stage, which could literally help you land a speaking gig, a paid speaking gig, because that's what happened with Leith from last year. She landed a paid speaking gig because of the fact that she looked so professional, because her website speaker page had a video of her speech, had photos of her speaking, and also I wrote a beautiful testimonial because she was incredible on stage. So if you would love access to that, plus a complimentary ticket to the event, put yourself forward for the speaker competition. The link is in the show notes. So today I want to talk to you about how one event can change your business faster than 12 months online. And that's a big call. It is a big call, but I want to speak to how events have changed my business. And I don't mean just running them. I mean attending them, putting myself out there, flying 12,000 kilometers across the world to attend incredible events have absolutely been a game changer. But attending events in Brisbane, like honestly, every time that I feel like there's a dip in my income or there's a dip in my business visibility, I guarantee you it's because I've stopped attending events. Honestly, it's the game changer. And at the beginning of June, I literally looked at events of the next 3 months and was like, cool, I'm going to book. I booked 5 in June and I've got more booked for July and I've got more booked for August because I just love being surrounded by other incredible people in business or just to make new connections. So if you don't utilize events as part of your business strategy, I would absolutely suggest that you do. And even if you are rural, like I would think about flying and making sure that you're attending events on a regular basis. I don't mean monthly, it could be 2 a year. Those events that I've attended in America because I've taken the time to fly, events that I've attended in Melbourne because I've taken the time to fly and be there, book accommodation, getting outside of your own environment and thinking differently about your business can be such a game changer. And I don't mean that lightly. I know what it takes to invest in being a part of events. I know what it takes to book accommodation, to have the money to pay for flights, to have money to pay for the ticket. I know because I've done that many, many, many times. And every time I've always benefited from it. It's always come back in tenfold. Tenfold in the connections that I've made because I've learned to utilize it effectively. 10 times in the visibility that I've used to create my social media content. 10 times in the connections that I've made for the people that I've met in the room. If I've been really intentional. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I do to make sure that the events that I run and the events that I attend are beneficial for my business because I know what can happen. A lot of the time, what people often do is they attend events without an intention. They attend the events unprepared. They attend events and then do nothing afterwards. This is where events become costly. So if you are going to attend an event without a plan, without an intention, and with no follow-up, then you can probably expect the event won't really do much for you other than a bunch of notes in a notepad. Now, sometimes an incredible speaker can give you some really incredible insights to shift your perspective, to change the way that you think about it. And that could be the best thing that could happen for you, right? That might be exactly what you needed at the time. And that's also how it's benefited me in the long run. Like attending events and hearing things that I didn't know that I needed to hear. Sometimes you hear something at an event that doesn't land for you until 6 months later. And then you're like, okay, now I know how to understand that. Or that's changed the way that I've thought about this. Or it's now given me the practical tips that I need to implement in order to navigate this challenge in my business right now. Like, yes, all of that can happen from an incredible speaker. And if you learn to utilize events effectively, so there's 2 sides to this. One is if you're going to run an event, the strategy that you have around it makes all the difference. So what you do with that event, how you utilize it for your visibility, how you utilize it for lead gen, how you utilize it for sales, right? So having a strategy around your event, depending on how you run it, is incredibly important. Now, majority of women when running events, they go, oh, I don't want to sell at the event, which I get. I understand. We don't want it to be a sales pitch fest. It's gross. I've been to plenty of bro marketing events and I won't name them, but like I've been to so many events where it's literally a pitch fest all day long and you cannot wait to leave. Or the worst ones have been where I've gone for a really high level speaker who's possibly flown out from America or someone amazing that I've wanted to see speak, and they end up putting them on last. And all of the speakers leading up are a hardcore pitch. And I hated it. I actually remember one that I attended. And you know what's actually really interesting is that the speakers that learned to sell from the stage effectively without it feeling like a pitch are the ones that made the biggest difference. And so if you are someone that runs events, there are ways that you can do that without it feeling like a sales pitch, but it's an invitation. And that's the way I always love to teach sales. We want to invite people to the next step because majority of the time, people have come and they've attended the event for a reason. And if you don't give them the next step, then they are often feeling like they're left wanting more. So I am a big believer of like, no matter what type of event you run, you share with them towards the end some type of other opportunity for them to then go next step with you, okay? So that might be an invitation to a call. It might be an invitation to your next event. It might be an invitation to a resource that you have. It might be an invitation to have a new conversation after the event, during the event. It could be a resource that you shared that then leads to a sales page. It could be an opportunity to join a webinar that you have coming up or a workshop that you have coming up that then could be the sales opportunity. Or it could be literally saying, this is your next step. If you would like to learn more from me, if you would like to experience more of this, if you'd like to be more a part of this all the time, then this is what you can be part of. Now, often we're so worried about offending the 1 or 2 people in the room that don't want that next step And you're missing out on all of these sales from people who do want that next step, or you're actually leaving people feeling like they're not getting what they need because you're basically saying, okay, we're done. Thank you. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your week. And it was a nice thing, but it's actually, they may need more from you in order to get the result they're really looking for that you cannot offer or deliver in a 1-day event or deliver in a 1-hour workshop or networking event, right? You have to realize that your ideal clients who are most likely attending whatever event that you're putting on, they may need more support from you to get the outcome that you actually offer. And you have to be unapologetic in the way that you present that. If you are apologetic in that, of like, oh, I'm so sorry, I want to share with you something that you can continue to invest in, like that doesn't come across confidently. We want to be confident in the way that we share our offers and recognize that majority of people do want to know what the next step is, and you're not forcing them to make the decision. We're not using icky sales tactics or making people run to the back of the room and sign up now. Like, holy hell, that's so gross. Like, think about your ideal client, you being in the room. If you were to sit there in an event and you were the ideal client for the next offer, how would you like to be invited to the next step? And you can create a really enjoyable sales process that doesn't feel icky and gross. There's ways to go about that. So that's how events can absolutely change your business for the better. Having an event is such an ideal way of supporting people to the next stage of work with you. You're absolutely going to add value. You're going to deliver incredible standalone value separate to your offer, but it's always important to have a next step. So making sure that you weave that into your business strategy would be ideal if you love to run events. Now, the other side of it is utilizing events to support everything that you do and getting more visibility. So I'm going to share with you a couple of other ways that if you're just attending events, how to maximize and make the most out of your attendance. The first one is utilizing visibility. People who run events love to get more visibility on their events. So if you create a bit of content around it, make sure you're tagging as many people as you possibly can in that post. So obviously tagging the sponsors or tagging the host, tagging other people that were attending the event with you, and utilizing that to get more reach on your social media. By you attending other events, it shows people that you want to be a part of things. So you could use it right from the beginning of just increasing your visibility. People who attend events or seem to be attending events are people that you want to be a part of, that you want to be around. So utilizing that as a great opportunity to create content, because one of the best parts about content is that people love to see what you're doing, what you're out and about doing. And so creating content around the event is ideal to get more visibility on your business, because then other people that were a part of that will share it and it'll get you in front of other people's businesses or other ideal clients that could support the growth of your business. Secondly is thinking about how you can show up with an intention. What is your goal for the event? Do you want to meet anyone specifically? Do you want to connect with anyone in particular? Do you want to gain more leads? Do you want to create more visibility opportunities? Thinking ahead of like, okay, who is going to be in this room and who do I need to connect with in order to expand my business is a really great intention to walk in with. So then you're actually utilizing the time that you're there. Because a lot of the time what people do is they attend events, they see other people that they've known from the past or they're friends with, and they go and just spend time with those people. That's not going to grow your business. I'm just saying it. That is not going to grow your business. So if you're attending events with the intention to grow your business, set an intention before you walk in the room. Maybe it could be as simple as find 5 ideal clients that are in that room that I can connect with. I'm not going to sell to them. I'm not going to pitch to them. I'm just going to connect with them and then focus on relationship building from there on out, right? Then it might be, okay, I actually want to meet one of the speakers. I'd love to connect with one of the speakers because maybe in the future I might want to invite them to be on my podcast. Or it might be that we could do a collaboration opportunity in the future and I'd love to just start with building that relationship. So it might be to meet the speakers. It could be to get my business out in front of more and more people. So I'm going to find the opportunity to meet as many people as I can and I'm going to connect with them on social media so then I can further up and build that relationship. It might be more of an extended goal of like more than 5 people. Might be a bit bigger goal there. Or it could be to meet the organizer, that maybe sometime in the future you may want to collaborate with the organizer. You may want to speak on their stage. So I'm going to focus on meeting and connecting with the organizer. It could be that you want to expand your network. Now, this is one of my favorite ways to utilize events. I think about the long-term business goals that I have for my business and go, who do I need to be connected with? And what is a way that I can add value to that person? I guarantee you will receive more when you give, not give to get. This is a big mindset shift, and sometimes you don't realize that you're doing it, but majority of the time, especially in Australia, we have the lack mentality and we have a bit of tall poppy that causes us to believe that there's not enough to go around. And that causes us to think, okay, if I'm too boastful, if I'm too pushy, if I'm too loud, I'm too much, then people will tear me down. Whereas if I go into the event intending to create more networked connections, I'm more likely to want to share and connect with those people on a human level. I just wanting to connect. My goal is to not get from them, okay? There might be something in the future that I know that I may benefit from being a part of them, but I want to first get to know them as a person. So what I usually do is I'll think, okay, who do I need to be connected with in the future? It might be for podcast guests. It might be for visibility opportunities. It might be for speaking gigs. It might be for answers to questions that I might experience. It might be for new team members. It might be to expand my connections in corporate. Like there might be specific things that you could really get clear on of like, who do you need to be connected with? Because I guarantee you, the events that you attend, if you go in with curiosity and think, okay, I wonder who is connected to the people that I need to be connected with, because it might be not those people specifically, but it might be people that they know. And more likely that you will expand your connections in your network based on the people that know you and trust you. So I go in often with an intention around an event of like, I want to get to know people and know who they know. You just never know what opportunities are available through the people that you connect with at events. But often we don't think about it like that. And we go in and we just go, hey, how you going? Who are you? What do you do? Who do you serve? What's your business? And then we kind of stop there. But I want you to go beyond that. I want to know a little bit more about that person. What have they done in their past? What companies have they been a part of? What do they know? What are they really good at? And when I start to explore with curiosity there, that's where things start to expand. That's where things start to come together that you're like, wow, I didn't know that person knew that person. Or it might be in 3 months' time that you're like, hey, I really need to connect with someone from this company, or I need an answer about this specific problem. And then what comes to mind is that person that you meant. And then if you've followed up, which is again my next intention around the event, is thinking about who do I want to follow up to create stronger relationships with? Because relationship capital is everything in business. Honestly, relationship capital is everything. And you don't know how you may need that person or need that connection in the future. But if you treat every single person you meet as an opportunity to connect for further opportunities down the track, you just never know what could be possible. And then I have the intention around what can I give? How can I help this person? Because again, if I am wanting something in the future, if I'm looking at something to be like, okay, I want to connect that with that person, or I want to know that person, I want the answer for this, I guarantee those answers are going to happen within my network if I've spent the time and intentional time to build that relationship. And I never want to feel like I'm asking for too much. So how do we do that? We give more than we ask for. Now, that may be a few different things. Now, often you want to be conscious of obviously not giving too much, but sometimes it can be the simplest of things that makes all the difference to someone. And doesn't have to be an overwhelming list. Like I'm not walking away from an event with 20 people on my list of like all the things I've got to give them. That's not what this looks like. It could be really like 5. It could be 5 people that I'm like, okay, I'm going to follow with those 5 people. And I know that I've got something to add value there where I can give of something. And I'm just not asking for anything, right? I might ask for something in the future or I might not. But I just know that when I give, it always comes back to me tenfold. And when I go into an event with that intention to build my network, to be curious, to start to understand these people and think about, okay, how can I give and how can I add value to those people that I know that some point in the future it will come back to me in tenfold. And the thing is with that reciprocity, right, people want to then give back to you. And I'm not requiring that. I'm not asking that of them, but some way, shape or form, it comes back to you. So like the other day, I went to an event and I created a reel about the event just because I wanted to, just because it was fun. And that person then referred me a client in a Facebook group 3 days later. I didn't ask that of her, but I knew that that was from me being top of mind, probably from a conversation that we had, that then she referred me in a really nice way. And so you just don't realize that sometimes so much more can come from you attending events that you don't necessarily see the benefits or the rewards of that for months to come. And that's why I absolutely invest in events all the time. I see the value in it, whether you're spending $25 or when you're spending $500 is always going to come back. And I guess as well, the other key piece is like, you want to consider like where you're investing your time and energy, obviously with your funds and your time. So I always think again, where are my ideal clients hanging out? They're most likely going to be at higher end events. They're most likely going to be at events where people are spending $500 to $1,000 to be a part of that. right? They're not likely going to be at a free coffee meetup, if I think about it. So starting to think about, okay, where am I spending my time and energy? How can I attend the right events to get in front of the right people to make the right connections? And that's where you need to spend your time and energy. So whether it is actually putting on your own event or whether it is attending events with intentions and proper goals, either way, one event can change the trajectory of your business. It really can. And the connections that I've made from being a part of events over the years, the speakers that I've, now asked to be speaking at my event, they have actually been met at other events. Marissa, I met at a retreat that I went to in Sydney. Annalise, I met at her table event in Brisbane. I literally just went to a lunch that I didn't know her. I've never met her before, but we got to connect. I've stayed connected with her. She knows other people that I know. And then we got connected and she's speaking at my event, right? MG, I attended one of her workshops online and was like, this girl, oh my God, she's amazing. Literally attended multiple other events, and then connected with her on socials and we've stayed connected. She came onto my podcast. I went on to her podcast. She came in and spoke for one of my communities. You just never know where all these opportunities can come from. And the more that I've invested in other people, the more likely it is that they'll invest in you. So where are you spending your time and energy? And I want you to really have the mindset of just give, add value, and I know that it will come back to you tenfold. Okay, the last way that events have changed the trajectory of my business more than online is not only just the connections, but are the conversations that happen in those rooms. The conversations that happen in those rooms, depending on where you've invested before. And usually with these types of ways that this has really shifted and changed things for me, it's been the bigger events that I've invested in, the ones that I've flown to, the ones that I've spent money to be a part of. So masterminds, or that actually have been high-level retreats, or events like Unstoppable Women, where I've invested to be there, to be a part of incredible opportunities and conversations. The conversations that hit in those rooms just hit so differently. The conversations that happen in those rooms hit differently. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that as like a buzzword, but like hit differently. But sometimes they just hit a chord within you that changes your belief about yourself and about what's possible. And I've mentioned this many, many times on the podcast before and on other content that I've created, conversations where I've created new identity beliefs, conversations where I've gained the answers to questions that I never realized that I needed, conversations that I've had that have stirred something inside me that's created a new opportunity, a new event, a new offering, something in there that it sparked something within me, which created new ideas and new thoughts that have led to things that have changed my business for the better. So sometimes it's one small conversation that has shifted everything, but those small conversations have never happened at little cheap events. I guarantee it. Honestly, they haven't. They've happened at big events where we're having bigger conversations because people are further along in business. They have had more experiences, more opportunities, and I've learnt from them in so many new ways. That's why I'm putting on Unstoppable Women. Honestly, it's because of those types of conversations that I've had in the past. So I want you to think about how one event could change your business for the next 12 months, and it could be Unstoppable Women. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, this is your call. This is your call to book your ticket because I guarantee you it will change your business for the next 12 months. All right, lovely. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope to see you at Unstoppable Women in September. Thank you for listening, and if you found any value out of this episode, make sure you hit the follow button so you get access to the episodes as soon as they are live, and make sure you come hang out with me on Instagram. You can find me at ChristineCorcoran_coach. Have an incredible week.